Assalamu alaikum dear students. As we discussed the artificial vegetative propagation in the previous video, now we are going to study the advantages and disadvantages of vegetative propagation of plants. First of all, advantages of vegetative propagation. The answer of advantages of vegetative propagation is there. And if we talk about the MCQs on this page, then the first MCQ is the offspring produced through vegetative propagation are genetically identical. In vegetative propagation, there is no need of any mechanism of pollination. Another MCQ includes the organs of vegetative propagation enable many plants to pass over unfavorable conditions. The last MCQ, plants bearing seedless fruits can be grown only by vegetative propagation. Next question is, write the disadvantages of vegetative propagation. The plants don't have genetic variations. Species specific diseases can attack and this can result in the destruction of an entire crop. Next question is tissue culture and cloning. First question is define cloning. Cloning is the latest method of vegetative propagation. In this method, identical offsprings are produced from a single parent using its vegetative tissue or cells. Tissue culture is the technique applied in this method. Define micropropagation. This method of propagation is also called micropropagation. Moving towards MCQs. Cloning is the latest method of vegetative propagation. Next, this page contains an important short question. Write in sequence the underground stems for vegetative propagation in onion, ginger, potato and garlic. The answer to this question is this: bulb, rhizome, stem tuber and corm. Alright students, next is the important long question, sexual reproduction in plants. Define sexual reproduction. Sexual reproduction involves the production of gametes and their fusion, that is fertilization. Gametes are produced in special structure in plant body. The major plant groups are mosses, ferns and seed plants. Moving towards important MCQs. The definition of sexual reproduction may be selected as an important MCQs as well. In mosses and fern, sperms are motile and can swim to egg cells. Next is the definition of alternation of generation, very important definition. What is alternation of generation? The answer of this question is over here. Next question is define sporophyte generation. In most plants, sporophyte generation is dominant. It means that it is big in size and is independent. Sporophyte produce haploid spores by meiosis. The spores develop into gametophyte. Define gametophyte. Gametophyte is small in size and depends upon sporophyte. It produces gametes by meiosis. The male and female gametes fuse and form diploid zygote. The zygote undergoes repeated mitosis and develop into new diploid sporophyte. Moving towards important MCQs. In the life cycle of plants, two different generations alternate with each other. Sporophyte generation is dominant. Another MCQ includes gametophyte generation is small in size. The last MCQ, the male and female gametes fuse and form diploid zygote. Students, next topic is sexual reproduction in flowering plants. First of all, this is a diagram of alternation of generation in plants which we discussed earlier, and now it is the sexual reproduction in flowering plants. Write the structure of flower. The first question on this page, The answer of this question starts from here and it ends over here. If we talk about the MCQs, then the first MCQ is flower is the reproductive structure. The flower components are arranged in the form of whorls. Next, define calyx and corolla. Calyx is the outermost whorl. It is usually green in color. Its individual units are called sepals. Sepals protect the inner whorls at bud stage. This is the definition of calyx. Next is the definition of corolla. Corolla is the next inner whorl and is often colored brightly. Its individual units are called petals. They serve to attract bees, birds, etc., which are the agents of pollination. Moving towards important MCQs. The flower is actually a condensed shoot with the nodes present very close to each other. Calyx is the outermost whorl. The color of calyx is green. The individual units of corolla are called petals. Students, our next question is define androecium. What are its units called? The answer of this question is third whorl, that is androecium, is the male reproductive part of flower. Its units are called stamens. Define generative nucleus. The nucleus of microspore undergoes mitosis and produces two nuclei, that is a tube nucleus and a generative nucleus. The generative nucleus again undergoes mitosis and produces two sperms. Moving towards the important MCQs. Anther has pollen sacs in which haploid microspores are produced through meiosis. The generative nucleus undergoes mitosis and produces two sperms. Third whorl of flower is called androecium. Androecium is male reproductive part of flower. The fourth whorl is gynoecium and it is female reproductive part of flower. And next question is define carpels. The units of gynoecium are called carpels or pistils. This page contains a number of MCQs, including the first MCQ. Each carpel is made up of basal ovary, middle style and upper stigma. Inside ovary there are one to many ovules. Macrospore germinates into the female gametophyte generation. Egg cells and associated structures are the female gametophyte generations of plants. These are the important MCQs and short questions. Well students, this is the structure of flower. It is very important short question as well. If you are asked about the structure of flower, then you have to draw this diagram along with explanation, and the proper labelings like carpel, stamen, petal have been shown clearly on this page. Our today's topics have been completed. Okay, thank you very much.